from what I believe is 2019, we have Dead Ant, a movie that is probably better than it has any right to be, even though some people may not necessarily feel that way about it. It's a story about a rock band. It's kind of over the hill. They've only got really, I guess, one hit that people want to hear anymore, and it's like a power ballad, and they don't want to play it. But the band are together with their manager, who's played by Tom Arnold, and they're going out to the desert where they plan on scoring some peyote, pretty much tripping out with hopes of writing their self a brand new hit song. Uh, they buy the peyote off a Indian fellow who was one of the Indian cop from Twin Peaks, which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't remember his name; it's probably on the front of this, but I don't know. I don't think I ever knew what his name was, but I recognized him from Twin Peaks. Also, along the way, they meet a couple of young ladies that are kind of groupie-ish characters. Um, Basically, they're just there to wear like bikinis in the desert the whole time, which is completely fine considering the fact that one of them is played by none other than Sydney Sweeney. Now, I seen this movie when it came out on DVD. I have the DVD somewhere, and I guess at the time it didn't register on me. I guess nobody knew who the hell Sydney Sweeney was at the time. But now, this thing getting a Blu-ray upgrade all these years later, she's quite up there in names now for sure, which I believe this dropped right before she was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think it was right before Euphoria, for that matter. So yeah, it was pleasant to see her in here, which I guess considering the fact that she's in a bikini basically most of the time, you would understand why if you are into ladies. But nonetheless, this thing it's goofy, um, it's silly. I think I described it years ago the first time I watched it is it's like a sci-fi movie if sci-fi movies were good. And you gotta think this came out during a time period when sci-fi was putting some pretty bad CGI filled crap out here. But the gist of it though, I got sidetracked there, but the gist of it is they're warned to not hurt anything on the land or it would be, come with repercussions. And one of the band members played by Sean Astin just so happens to kill an ant. So the ants come for revenge, and that is our movie. And there is some CGI blood, and there is some questionable CGI, especially the ants. But all in all, it's fun. It's a comedy. I think the only thing that I can really say that really bothers me about it is Jake Busey plays like the lead singer of the band, and the dude is just so over the top annoying. And it kind of settles in a little bit, but at first it's just like, man, this guy's really, really trying way, way too hard here. And other than that, though, the movie is actually pretty funny and it's pretty bloody, which is a good combination. And Tom Arnold is okay. I know a lot of people, especially in the '90s, used to hate Tom Arnold, but he's okay for what he is. But there's what your ants look like. You get some ant action at the very start of the movie. You also get a woman running completely naked at the start of the movie. So yeah, this thing is full of things that make horror movies good. It's something that in the '80s probably would have stood out a little more than it did. I think it kind of got lost in the shuffle when it first came out in 2019. But thanks to this Blu-ray, I think it's finally going to get a little bit more recognition. This movie is also on Tubi, by the way, if you want to check it out without buying it first. But yeah, Tom Arnold, Jake Busey or Busey. I don't know why I keep saying the same wrong. Uh, Sydney Sweeney, Sean Astin, all-star cast, if you will. It's from Cineverse, same company I think that gave us Terrifier. You're not going to get any extras on this thing, but you are going to get some interesting visuals and some interesting characters and some legit funny moments. That mix is good because I like horror comedies. That's what your disc looks like. Yes, it is a BDR. I give this one a 3.5 out of 5. Pretty doggone good. Better than I remember. Uh, so yeah, you might want to check this one out.